Hey guys, good evening. Happy Saturday night. It's Jim Fierce, the innovation coach. I'm testing something a little bit new tonight. So this is just kind of a dry run test to see how it works. So I'm thinking of doing a new show. It's going to be probably about a 10-minute show. So it'll be up and in and out, like In-N-Out Burger. It'll be in and out and it'll be done before you know it. So anyways, without further ado, let me see if I can screen share here and bring my presentation up. Hopefully this will work. So, okay, great. So I hope you guys can see it. I don't have a wingman or anything like that. Tonight I'm kind of winging it. So this is a new show. It's called the Innovation Minute. And actually it's going to be about a 10-minute broadcast. The premise of the show is to feature innovative products and services that I've noticed over the last week. I think it's going to be a weekly show, maybe twice a week, depending on how things go. So each week I'm going to feature three new items that I think are really super innovative and are doing something in the innovation space. And I have no affiliation with any of the products that I'm going to feature. I'm not endorsing any of the products. They're just products that I've found through searches and stuff like that. Of course, the dog goes crazy now. Really cool products that I think are innovative. Some of them most of them are pretty recent, but we'll see how it goes. So anyways, I want to feature three products, take about a minute for each one, talk about each one for about a minute, 2 minutes max. And so here we go. So let's, okay, so the first, the first product that I'd like to feature is called Stablecam. And it's a really cool device that you can use for taking videos. And again, it's super innovative. So Stablecam is great for your phone, your smartphone, really any kind of camera that you can mount. It's really cool. It's really innovative. What I really like about it is it helps you take your videography to the next level, and any amateur can actually look like a pro. So what this does is it actually stabilizes your filming. So I don't know if you've ever filmed video with a smartphone, but when you film the video, when you hold the camera, no matter how steady you hold it, there's motion. This makes it look really super smooth, really super steady. You can get shots at different angles, at various angles. What's really cool is, well, okay, let me jump into. So it's super simple to set up. There's a standard 1/4 inch universal camera mount that works for, like I said, just about any camera that you can imagine. So you can take it at lots of different angles, but what I think is really cool is you can use this device to go low on the ground. You know, it's great for pet shots. You can hold it up above your head, and when you're walking with it, you get very little motion. So anyways, this was a Kickstarter project. I think it closed about a week and a half ago, and I'm going to provide links to all of the products and other things that I'm featuring tonight. I'll put a link up on the comment section. And this, like I said, this was a Kickstarter project, so I will definitely hook that up. You can go on to Kickstarter, take a look at the video there, and they give you a demonstration on how this actually works, and it's pretty amazing. So anyways, check it out. It's called Stablecam, and yeah, look into it. If you have a hankering to do any kind of video, man, this will make your life so much easier. And I think the price is pretty reasonable too. It's $75, I believe, maybe going up to $99, somewhere in there. So it's really cool. Okay, next thing that I want to talk about is iPhone and YouTube, kind of staying with the theme, with the videography theme that I've got going on here. iPhone and YouTube has increased their video speed to 60 frames per second. So what that means, frame per second, FPS, of course, stands for frame per second, and it's a measurement on how many unique consecutive images a camera can handle each section. And so most, especially the smartphones, most of them are 30 frames per second or less. But with the new iPhone 6, they've actually give you the ability to to record your video at 60 frames per second. Now there's some, I guess not controversy, but there's some discussion about whether your eyes can really even sense 60 frames a second. But I've got a link here, and I'll actually embed, I'll provide a link for you to find this presentation, to view this presentation. But on here, there's a link, and I'm not going to show it, but there's a link to an example that shows 15 frames per second, 30 frames per second, and 60 frames per second. And while visually it doesn't really appear to be a difference, I think if you look at all three of them, you can sense that the last one is a whole lot smoother. So I don't know, I thought it was really cool that both YouTube and the iPhone, at about the same time, are allowing you to see 60 frames per second. So I'm not going to show this video again. I'll provide a link, but this is a great example of what 60 frames per second looks like with a a video that was shot for a game. And I guess in gaming, the frames per second are really super important. So yeah, so a new thing to check out, I believe, on YouTube. If you use YouTube, and I think right now the browser that supports it the best for 60 frames per second is the Chrome browser. So if you want to check it out, if you know a video that's been shot at 60 frames per second, or if you have the new iPhone 6 and you want to play around with it and shoot some video, toggle over to 60 frames per second, shoot your video, upload it onto YouTube, and you should be able to see it in 60 frames per second. So I think that's really cool. It's really innovative, and for content creators, it's really gonna make a difference. So yeah, technology is moving along quickly. Okay, so the third and final innovative kind of product or service that I want to feature tonight is, as I was doing research for the show this morning, I happened across this new social media. Might be I don't know, 6 months or a year old. It might have been around for a while, but I've never heard of it before. But I stumbled across it this morning when I was doing some research for putting together this show. And it's called Learnist. And what Learnist is, what I found, I haven't had a whole lot of time to do a deep dive into it, and really work through it. But to me, it seems like it's a marriage between Pinterest and WikiHow. If those two got together and had a baby, it would be Learnist. So Learnist is a really cool platform. It's great for learning. They say that, on the site, it says that Learnist caters to small business owners interested in becoming thought leaders in their respective industries. And with Learnist, you can create, of course, like Pinterest, you create your own boards related to whatever your interests are, and use it to attract people who share your interests, of course. But and they say that this was born out of small business, but it seems like it's graduated to more of a learning platform, regardless of whether or not you're involved with small business. There's a whole lot of learning going on. And so one of the things that I came across was this cross-country trip in Tesla's electric car. So the person who put this together curated several different articles on a cross-country trip that was taken in Tesla's electric car. What I think is really cool about this particular platform is if you come across something that you want to check out later, you can add it to your reading list. So you just click this button, it'll automatically add it to your reading list. And boom, look, you can set up a reading list. So I set up I went through, I looked through you know, just in like maybe 10 or 15 minutes that I had, I went through and I looked at some cool articles, right? And so you can learn a little bit about what social entrepreneurship is. In one of the articles that I saw, how to make a panini without a press. I mean, that's worth its weight in gold, right? And definitely like how to take the perfect selfie. And there was a pretty long, surprisingly long explanation and a little bit of a history and some history in this guy who wrote How to Take the Perfect Selfie. So it's a really, from what I've seen, I really like the platform. It's easier to get around than even Pinterest. And the articles, of course, are definitely more in depth than you would find in Pinterest. So I say, hey, go check it out. Check out Learnist. Learnist. And I will provide a link to all of these really cool, awesome products that I found, or that I've come across that I am featuring here in tonight's show. I think they're really awesome. And if you want to check them out, just check out the links in the comment section shortly after I close the show. And I'll embed or put this presentation slide share, Google slide, somewhere where you can find it as well. So anyways, that's it. That's the show. Don't know, I might have exceeded my 10 minutes by just a few, but yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the Innovation Minute. My name is James Fierce. I'm the Innovation Coach. I love to help entrepreneurs and small business owners take their business to the next level. So anyways, in closing, have a great evening, and we will see you all next week. Take care.